Hey everybody, Art Burns here. Hope you're all having a great day today. When I say the word forgiveness, what comes to your mind? If you're like a lot of people, words like sign of weakness or acquiescence or giving license to somebody for having done something wrong to you. These might be the thoughts that come to your mind as I say that word forgiveness. And that's totally understandable. I mean, that's kind of the way that we're brought up in this society, and it's kind of like the instinctive notion of that is very strong and sound in terms of its logic. But I wanted to pose a different angle on forgiveness for you today and talk about how it relates to our stress. Okay. So I want to talk about forgiveness in the sense of unforgiveness, right? Or the non-willingness to forgive. Because when we practice unforgiveness, okay, when we hold a grudge, which, again, a lot of times people think of forgiveness as a sign of a weakness, right? But in fact, the forgiveness is where the strength actually, that requires a great amount of strength, as opposed to holding a grudge, which that doesn't require a lot of courage or strength, right? And when we hold a grudge, that's sort of the easy thing to do and the sort of instinctive thing to do, because we feel like by holding that grudge we're going to somehow exact some level of revenge or payback for what that thing is that person did to us, that we're not forgiving, right? But the problem is that when we practice non-forgiveness and we hold on to that grudge, what we're really doing is we're attaching ourselves to that thing and to that person which we're not forgiving, right? And so in that sense it becomes something that's very self-defeating, and honestly I tell a lot of my clients and people I talk to that, a lot of times when you're not forgiving someone, when you're holding this grudge against somebody, feeling like it's going to somehow hurt them because you're holding on to this grudge, they're living their lives not even knowing that you're not forgiving you, and likely not even caring. So in fact, all you're doing is hurting yourself by holding on to this grudge and practicing this non-forgiveness or unwillingness to forgive someone for doing something that they've done to you, okay? And now here's the thing. This bears out in a ton of science, okay? There's lots of research and there's lots of studies that have been done, everything from burn victims to couples to just, people who have been victims of violent crimes, just all across the board. People have been studied in terms of their the way their brains are firing, but more importantly, as it relates to stress, their cortisol levels. Okay, it has been shown very clearly in many studies that the act of non-forgiveness, right, just the unwillingness to even consider forgiveness, will raise our cortisol levels, right? And if you remember, cortisol is the stress hormone, okay? It's what makes the stress response in your body happen. It's what makes your blood pressure rise, your heart rate speed up, your respiratory system, go all out of whack, and all kinds of other things that you don't need in your life, which are going to eventually affect your health in a really negative way, okay? And I'm serious, there's been plenty of studies. If you want to talk about some of them, I don't want to take too much time here. I'm more than happy to send them to you. But these studies have shown that even just the idea of forgiving, even just being open to the concept of forgiving someone for having done something wrong to you, will help to lower these cortisol levels, okay? So if you want more information on this, it's really important, and you want to know like maybe some practices on how you can get forgiveness in your life, if you're not used to it, then go ahead and drop a comment or send me a message, and I'll be happy to get into a conversation with you and give you a couple of practices and talk about this in a way that'll make it easier for you to let go and to actually kind of practice a little bit of forgiveness. All right, everybody. Hope you have a great day. I'll talk to you soon. Bye bye.